In an age where politically conscious anime premiere every season, I can at least say that Centaur no Nayami touches on subjects I haven't seen tackled by big-name shows before. Its issues are very modern, in terms of both the global socio-political climate, as well as the domestic issues surrounding the modern Japanese government. And the way I first noticed these assessments were through the poignant actions of characters like Tama. What makes Tama so poignant, especially in a work by a Japanese author, are her very Western sensibilities. For example, in episode 3, we learn that the Chi sisters receive 4 kisses a day from their sister Tama. These include a good morning kiss, an off to school kiss, a welcome home kiss, and a good night kiss. This immediately says a lot about Tama's character, as physical displays of affection are seen almost exclusively as romantic gestures in Japanese culture. In a traditional Japanese setting, a parent or guardian tends to show their love for their child through sleeping in the same room with them and bathing with them up until about around age 10. But the fact that Tama not just kisses her sisters, but does so 4 times a day, speaks volumes about her character. Because the fact of the matter is, Tama is not a traditional character, and as such, she makes for the perfect foil to a character like Himiko, who is a horse. Where Tama is the representation of Western sensibilities, the Centaurs, specifically Himiko and her baby cousin Shino, represent traditional Japanese beliefs and values. As mentioned earlier, Shino doesn't like being kissed by Himiko or the Chi sisters. Himiko, like a proper Japanese parent or guardian, prefers to show her love for Shino through bathing together, such as shown in episode 3. Adding to this, Himiko's family history is steeped in war and oppression, displayed with iconography reminiscent of the Battle of Shanghai, the largest and bloodiest battle of the Sino-Japanese War, in which the Japanese, who we've already determined are represented by the Centaurs, were seen as the oppressors. In fact, when offered a hello kiss by the Chi sisters, Shino refuses, even going as far as saying you aren't supposed to kiss someone unless they're your true love. In this scene, and most of the series, Shino is used as a rhetorical conduit for the ideals of Japanese conservatism. And I don't think it's a coincidence that Centaur no Nayami was adapted into an anime in 2017, the year Japan will be choosing their next prime minister. The Chi sisters being triplets is also very intentional, as prior to the 2017 election, the Democratic Party of Japan, a party based around centricism, became divided when Tokyo Governor Yuriko Koike created a new political party, the Kibo no To Party. This led many members of the Democratic Party to leave, joining her party. However, this party had more right-leaning views, and so left-leaning members of the Democratic Party created a new party of their own called the Constitutional Democratic Party. Much like the Chi sisters, this left the Democratic Party divided into 3 separate but identical bodies. In episode 7, when the group goes to the public pool, the Chi sisters show frustration as they're forced to swim in the kiddie pool, while Shino, despite being the same age, is allowed to swim in the big kids pool because of her size. The Chi sisters, who are young, small, and divided, must first learn to swim before they can reach the big kid pool. Despite these, admittedly on the nose, references to the weakness brought on by the division of the Democratic Party of Japan, the anime still has its criticisms for the Liberal Democratic Party, the conservative party represented by the Centaurs. For example, the episode where Himiko says she can't use a toilet unless she has her steppy step. It wouldn't be a stretch to call this a juvenile yet well-warranted joke at the expense of current Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. This is made even more apparent in episode 4, where we find out Himiko is self-conscious about her body due to an altercation with a boy when on a field trip to a farm, where the boy asked if she had a cow pussy. Although more blatant, I still found it to be a humorous reference to the Prime Minister's doujinshi pen name, Cow Pussy Abe. It's also worth noting that despite having what some would call heavy-handed political messages, the show does take a break to offer some comedy and fan service once in a while, like in episode 9, which is set primarily in a concentration camp. I feel like explaining the jokes would ruin the impact, so I'll just say this episode is one of my favorites. It's one of the funniest episodes of any anime to air this season. Well, that's all I have to say about Centaur no Nayami for now. Be sure to join me next time when I explain how the Big Zom from Mobile Suit Gundam is one of my favorite mechs, even though I mispronounce it Big Zam every time I speak about it because I've never seen Mobile Suit Gundam and I'm a complete fucking idiot.